So in the upcoming half an hour, we are gonna go over the modern .NET overview, as I call it, for busy developers. But just right before deep dive into the topic, let me quickly introduce myself. So my name is Yury, and I'm leading one of the platform team here in this nice office. We are doing multi-tenant SaaS, and I'm happy to work with .NET and C#. Also, I have to deal with Node.js and React and other JS-based frameworks. So let's start with the topic. So we are busy. We are busy as duck. Huh? Yeah, this joke was proposed by my wife, so yeah. So we are busy, obviously, by extremely hardworking. We spend our time on ladies, on gentlemen, on games, pierogi, anime, gambling, Warhammer 40k.
I consider Factoria is another word. Like, it's a second job.
You're totally right. Yeah, and ideally, yeah, everything at once. So, no wonder we do not possess enough time for checking what new changes, or should I say challenges, happened to .NET, and what in it for us. So, welcome, busy developers. I created this presentation for you to procrastinate this activity even longer. Today, we will shortly run through where we are with .NET and what actually is worth our time. If you wondered how many nanoseconds would I get if I rewrite my lin queue into for loops, no, today we will not get this answer. We will talk about these questions. So, what's happening with our platform, what worth using, who we are, and what changed. So here is the plan. We will start with trends, continue with recent and not recent changes. We'll talk about scandals. We will review migration guidelines. We'll talk about future and what AI changes for .NET developers in production teams. So let's start with trends. Before looking at individual features, it's useful to understand the direction of travel. So .NET started to be more predictable. It pays attention to performance. It is cloud native and it is cross-platform. Yeah. So on this slide you can see obvious truth. So latest .NET 10 is okay to target. So yeah, it's our default target for today. And main message here is that we are now having steadily and understandable way of working with .NET. So migrations are manageable, and okay, you can remember how it was when you tried to migrate .NET Framework to .NET Core. And my condolences to people who are still trying, like me. Yeah, next trend is C# focuses on everyday code. So we name it friction is being removed. We also call it syntax sugar. Yeah, we know that most code is service code. We write mappings, tests, controllers, persistence, and integration glue. And recent C# changes are to make it more readable, and cleaner. We have safer concurrency, we have less noise, and we have better low allocation scenarios. Yeah, .NET was not always perceived as cloud-native platform by default, but now we have a lot of tools related to containers, to microservices, observability, configurations, and productivity. Yeah, and now we can run .NET on Linux, and moreover we can use ARM64 machines, and there are a lot of changes related to this topic. Next, and my really favorite trend is performance. .NET platform keeps investing in throughput, startup time. We have just-in-time compilation improvements. We have improvements for persistence. And NuGet restore is 16 times faster, which is really cool. The best part of it, that you gain this performance wins just by migrating to new .NET. That's really good. And performance is not only request per seconds. We also it's also about memory, artifact size, startup time, and container density. So the practical takeaway is to measure resource usage, not only measure latency. For some teams, startup time can be just as valuable as throughput. Yeah, I also want to just mention that native ahead of time compilated applications demonstrate really good parameters. Yeah, we have lower size, we have less memory usage, we have better startup time. Yeah, I would definitely try to use this ahead of time compilation, but you know, we are on enterprise, we have our limitations, and sometimes it's not easy. This slide describes JSON schema validation timing, so it goes down, and it is good. This is one of the really critical metrics, and you see it from .NET 8 to .NET 10, it dropped by half, and it's really cool, and we are here in a really good place comparing to other frameworks. So yeah, that's it about trends, and let's go to platform changes. So just to remind, let's go one by one what we have in .NET 9. So we have better way to configure our static assets. We have OpenIP generation as a built-in part of the stack. Hybrid cache gave teams a standard abstraction over in-memory and distributed caching. Also a couple of features related to AI, SDK, and MAUI. So again, less custom, more supported platform surface. And here I just want to, like, from time to time I want to do some surveys. So who are here who use MAUI? Do we have these developers? Well, yeah. And who use Blazor? Well, oh, nice, 2 people.
But they were shy.
Yeah, and how many of you two use it in commercial product? Okay, 1. I think it's still not bad. More than I expected.
By commercial, you also mean internal app?
Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, in .NET 10 we have changes for OpenAPI. So I think it's the most commonly used library here. So now you can see that this with OpenAPI method is now abandoned. It is deprecated, and it's not breaking change. It will still compile, but you will get message that it is deprecated. And we have this configuration delegate renamed. Yeah. Yeah. We also have file-based apps in .NET 10. So for me, it's really cool stuff. So now we can just run our files like Node.js can do. Yeah, so it's good for some utilities, scripts, small tools, and automation. And more about .NET 10. So we have one security feature which is called passkeys. So that matters because passwordless authentication is moving from nice to have towards a serious production option. We have Blazor optimization, and I'm glad that we have people who use it. Yeah, also we have some changes in OpenAPI, and we have file-based apps. So adoption matrix. So passkeys, OpenAPI, and file-based apps can be used now when they fit the problem. What you can try now but not necessarily use is built-in containers. So what is built-in containers? Yeah, built-in containers is now, instead of writing a multi-stage Docker file, you can configure containers directly in your CS proj, yeah, project file. The SDK then generates the container image during publish step. Well, to be honest, I still prefer Docker files. So Blazor preloading and WebSocket stream, if you can measure the benefit, you sure can use it. Use when needed, it's called. So yeah, I would not really even ask who use post-quantum cryptography here, because most likely nobody. Yeah, we have stricter JSON validation and some ahead of time, native ahead of time, so features for this part. So that was platform changes. We are going to see what we have in C#. Here I will talk a bit about what happened before. So you see some summaries of what happened. So we have they call it less ceremony, they call it concise construction. Still, I would call it almost all of that stuff is about adding syntax sugar to our platform. Like using record structs, constructors, and again, I like primary constructors, but some of you may say that it's anti-pattern, right? So it's controversial. In C# 13, we have params collection, we have specialized lock object, and we have partial members for source generators. Also collection initializers, some improvements for abstracts, method groups, and overload priority. So they call it friction reduction, so we still can call it syntax sugar. Well, moving to the latest one, so C#14. So we have even more of it, yeah. So they call it that it removes boilerplate. So, for example, field-backed properties are a good example. You can add validation or normalization in the accessor without manually declaring a separate backend field. It's first rectangle. Also, what I liked here a lot, that now we can have JavaScript-like null-safe assignments, yeah, like there. And now we are free to use name of over the generics. Yeah, Lambda modifiers. So in Lambda, we now can have out parameters. So in try-parse style patterns, they became clear. Again, it's good. No dramatic changes. Use when you want, right? A bit controversial topic. So now we have extension members. So in some static class, we can have extension and extend property for our order. Yeah, we can say isLarge and calculate this isLarge property right in the static class. So it's interesting. It's like mildly saying it's interesting, yeah. But we have risks here. So the risk is hidden API design. Extension members can make a type appear to have a much larger public surface than it actually owns. So going next. Yeah, let's go next. Going next, we have library and generator hooks. So we can have partial constructors and events. It's good for splitting logic, handwritten logic and source-generated logic. In spans, as you may see, we can put string right into the span and it will compile successfully. Yeah. Operators. One more controversial thing. So we can now override operator for like money-like, measurement-like domain problems. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. About adoption. So low risk, high readability. I would definitely choose name of, null reference assignment, null safe assignments. Lambda modifiers are great. Span conversions, very good. Well, one more survey. Who use span in production code? Nice. 3 as I counted. Well, yeah, not all of us write libraries and high throughput code, so that feels okay. Yeah, I would pilot and consult with team to use field properties, partial events, and partial constructors, and be explicitly careful about how we can spoil our API design. So if trade-offs are acceptable, I would use it. Still, better to keep it away. That's my opinion, of course. Yeah. This is Microsoft, this is Syntax Sugar, and this is us. Yeah. Do I like Syntax Sugar? Yes. Personally, yes. Do I agree to use it in all real apps? Well, that's a good question. Yeah. Sometimes it just adds unnecessary complexity and mental pressure for developers. And also, developers may change, right? So what was good for one developer, not always good for another. So that's when team conventions come into the place. Okay, we spoke about language changes. And let's go to scandals. This slide is not about blaming maintainers for trying to fund their work. Yeah, the real pattern is broader. Many .NET teams discovered that a NuGet package is not only code, it's also a license model, it's a privacy decision, supply chain risk, migration cost, and tooling strategy. Yeah, so I think many of you, I think all of you faced with at least one of this scandal. Yeah, identity zero changed licensing, automapper, mediator, fluent assertions, go commercial, mass transit, mock supply chain shock, let's call it like mildly. And in 2021 was a kind of scandal with Microsoft that they announced hot reload, but they allowed it to use only in their Visual Studio. Yeah, not good. And the good thing that after community response, they enabled it back everywhere. Yeah. What do we do here? So the practical response is not to avoid all the libraries. It's it's unrealistic. So the response is to know your dependency, review them, isolate if possible, and have exit plan. Yeah, isolation is a really hard topic. Wrapping every assertion API, mocking library, or mapping helper can create more complexity than it removes. So the goal here is to have controlled dependencies. That's it about scandals. Let's go to migrations. So we don't have question, should we upgrade? Of course we should. How to do that? Yeah, we have two basic inputs. First input is official guideline from Microsoft. It's pretty good. Also, we have .NET migration tool in Visual Studio. It's also good. I tried it and it resolved my situation very smoothly. But now I show you how I do it usually. Yeah, of course, human review needed here. Yeah, that's about migrations. So future, let's look forward to .NET 11 and the new C# language. It's primarily a runtime and tooling release. This slide groups the work into runtime, libraries, SDK, and app frameworks. My favorite thing here is runtime async, of course, and I will address it a bit later. We also have just-in-time compilation improvements. For libraries, the focus includes JSON compression, Protus APIs, telemetry around memory cache. let's go to C#. It's also very interesting. So to preview features, I intentionally show only two of them, and because it's still under preview, and they are most interesting as for me. So first one called collection expression arguments. So now you can extend collection expression syntax. So you can pass constructor or factory arguments in line, such as you can say you can provide capacity for list or compare. Second thing is again a bit controversial, but I like it. It's union. Union types are the more strategic and anticipated feature. So they express a closed set of possible cases and work naturally with pattern matching. So today we use inheritance interfaces, discriminators, or result wrappers. Now you can do it like that, and you will have really readable code. And be careful here, because with business logic, we should be careful with business logic that can leak into DTO level, right? Yeah, we talked about future a bit, and finally let's look into AI. Yeah, we are in the AI agent era, and here language gravity matters. So these numbers are new repositories. So you can see that JavaScript, TypeScript combined are far away from Python, Python far away from Java, Java near C#, yeah? So we have numbers. We see that this domination, and new prototypes may drift toward JavaScript and Python, while serious enterprise ownership keeps Java and .NET relevant. What does it mean for us? Well, I don't want to say that we are going to be JavaScript developers, but probably it will happen. 20 bucks is 20 bucks. Yeah. So we less type. We can draft. AI can draft controllers, mocks, some plans or ideas. But now our role is drifting to ownership, to validation, to judgment. So we should measure impact, risks. We should take care of architecture. So I know some of you likes to write code, but the reality changing. That raises the value of real engineers. Yeah. Well, bonus content. It's gonna be cringe, but I promised to address runtime async problem. Well, async? Good. Async? X many? Server? Okay. Async? X many? Server? Okay. Async? X many? Server? Brrr. Async? State machine. State machine. A lot of code. It's intermediate language. State machine. Weird stack traces. Weird stack traces. developers now understand. State machine, boxing, heap allocation. State machine is like post office. Post office, many garbage. Weird stamps on letters. Runtime async, smart. Runtime async, like email. Email have proper passes and no junk. Runtime async, good stack traces. Runtime async, no heap allocation. Runtime async smart. Runtime async know how to run async. No heap allocation, less memory usage. No heap allocation, no garbage collection. Lower resource usage, more monies. I like monies. Our bosses likes monies. Bosses happy, developers happy. Well, now let's try to switch our brain into different mode. As you may see, this is a preliminary benchmark trying 10 million awaits, and you can see that time dropped by half and heap allocation dropped almost completely, and we don't have garbage collections here. Some highlights. So we spoke about syntax sugar, that it can be sometimes dangerous, sometimes very nice. I liked personally performance trend. .NET has last years. I liked file-based apps, Union, and as you may understand, runtime async. And AI era brings us new challenges. Thank you for attention.